you guys, Nikola here. Nowadays, I feel like there's a lot of people that want to get into software development and the IT industry in general, but they feel like they have to be professionals to build projects. You don't need to be a professional. In fact, all you need is basic knowledge. This might sound controversial, but I really think that most projects can be built in a way that's not too demanding tech-wise. I'll share with you a bit from my personal experience. This whole video is actually based on my personal experience because that's exactly how I started building projects. I wasn't anywhere near a professional level, but some of the first projects I built were really demanding. And even worse, we had really tight deadlines. How tight, you might ask? I'll let you guess. A week for an app? Maybe 2 weeks? Nope. There were times when in the evening I was given a task of making an app and the deadline was until next morning. Yeah, you heard that right. Of course, you cannot build a new Facebook in one night. That particular app was a memory game where you turn cards around and try to find two of the same kind. So I coded it the whole night and even tomorrow while I was in school. Then I struggled to find the Wi-Fi to send the finished app because school Wi-Fi was crap. In the end, I managed to finish the app and everyone was happy. So, how did I do it? Before I tell you some of the ways you can do this stuff without advanced knowledge and years of experience, I ask you to subscribe and leave a like, it really helps me out. So, let's get into it. Number 1 would be building mobile apps without really knowing mobile. There's a bunch of options for building mobile apps like Android Studio, Unity for game development, React Native and a bunch of others. Okay, recently Unity made it really easy to develop games even without code, so that could be an option too. But what I'm talking about here is actually developing whole apps in pure HTML and CSS, and you can learn those in like 2 days. There are apps that convert your HTML and CSS code into the APK file for Android, so instead of setting up the whole environment for mobile development and learning the programming language behind it, you can just code everything in HTML and CSS and then convert it. Later, if you need functionality, you can gradually start to learn JavaScript. I can already hear more experienced developers disagree with me on this one. The downside of this is the performance. If you build apps like this, the performance would not be that good. But as I said before, if you build basic apps with basic functionality, this would be enough, especially if you don't have much experience. Hey, you gotta start somewhere. And you can build desktop apps too like this. Look into Electron. Even large companies like Microsoft or Discord use Electron for their desktop apps. After mobile and desktop apps, I also want to talk about building websites. You probably heard about platforms like Squarespace just because they're all over the place. But people don't realize how much you actually can build with those. The best part about this is that once you learn it, it becomes even easier and faster. You can earn money by building these websites and you can make them really fast, which means that if you manage to get clients, you can earn a serious amount of money really quickly. Websites that you can check out for this stuff are, as I said before, WordPress for building blogs, landing pages, e-commerce solutions, Shopify that's exclusively for building e-commerce platforms, Wix and Squarespace for building landing pages, and I'm sure there's a bunch of others. But in my opinion, these are the most popular right now. Another advice I have is to look for other people's code and projects. There's a lot of projects that are open source and you can download them and change them according to your needs. Now this is awesome for many reasons. For example, you can build much faster and a lot of design stuff might already be finished. But number one most important thing about this, in my opinion, is that you get to see other people's code. Now this is one of the best ways to learn in general, not just for beginners, but for experienced developers also. Because you get to see all the different ways people write code, and you get to learn a lot this way. That's it for this video. Hopefully you start building stuff because you are capable and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. If you learned something new, please subscribe and leave a like, it means a lot to me, and see you in the next video.